And I guess the other guy that came back onto the ground, Dick, and was pleasing, was Ricky O'Toole. He had quite an influence in that third quarter. It's good to see a class player out there with them.
You need a player like Ricky on the ground in any club in any league all the time, exactly.
Absolutely. So the umpire with the footy in the middle of the ground. And as I watch Ricky, he's not moving all that comfortably, but at least he's out there and certainly giving his all. So the ball is in the middle. Goodwin and Moore. Moore gets a tap down for the Geelong side. Goodwin gets a secondary tap, but it's tapped across there by Goodwin, following up very strongly. Picked up there for Yarra Valley by Peterson. Long kick towards centre half forward, and well, he read it extremely well on that occasion. The Yarra Valley, just a smaller player there, and just chips it over the top. Was De Graaf looking for, well, the umpire was pretty quick on the whistle there, but Greenhall, I didn't think held the mark, so obviously he's paid the free kick. And well, Geelong were pretty keen at the player there, Dick, and that's good to see. But yeah, unfortunately, Greenhall's only 25 metres out, directly in front, and an opportunity to increase the scoring.
And when you're hot, you're hot, and when you're not, Eric. And the confidence is great, and he bungs it through. And that looks like another goal to the Yarra District Football League, and that takes them on now to 13 goals 7. 13 goals 7 to the Yarra District Mountain District Football League, to the GDFL, one behind. And I feel there's a goal coming, Eric.
And that's Greenhall's second goal for the day, so they've had quite a few contributors. But it just seems to me, Dick, they are kicking the ball a bit further than we are, a bit longer than we are, and handling it a bit more surely.
There's no doubt in the world that they thrive in these conditions. No doubt in the world.
So with 1.5 minutes gone, final quarter, the ball is up in the middle again. Well, Moore certainly doing well at those centre throw-ups there. He held his own with Goodwin, but a kick off the ground. Gets the ball back to centre half forward. Peterson picks it up, handball to his teammate, but he went without it, and that was Hewitt. Hewitt fires a handball out. Shaw in the road for the Geelong side. Handball to McBilly. McBilly off one step, back towards centre wing. It's, well, goodness gracious, 4-1 there on that occasion. And Stephen Gadd wasn't able to get it, and Andy Goodwin goes thumping. We almost wore it right in the middle, and fancy doing that to a Richmond supporter. Peter, I'm sure
he's got a right smile on his face.
Oh, I'm sure he has.
You can talk, Peter. Peter has demolished his 16th hot dog.
So ball thrown in front of our broadcast board, and the crowd getting quite vocal here. And I think it's the players, it's not the crowd. Huge amount of talking out in the ground, and I think the enthusiasm for interleague footy, Pete, is alive and well.
Yep, I think it is. Yeah, I just wish we could have seen them on a good day. I think the class of footy would have been a little better.
Oh,
ball
yeah,
thrown in the air now. Goodwin goes up against Moore. Moore gets it back, but only to be sharked by Edwards. Edwards pushes the ball forward. Pack forms again. Good tackle, riding tackle there by the Raiders boys. Stacks on the mill, Flax in there, as are a couple of other fellas, and McNamara, but the umpire says no, just hang on fellas, and I'll have another go at trying to clear the ball away.
And looks like Stephen Gadd, is it? It's no, Luke Forbes hobbling off the ground there with perhaps a bit of an ankle, but ball thrown up, finally comes in the arms of Greenhall again from 40. I'll tell you what, it's an open goal. If it hits the ground and just rolled to the wrong side of the big sticks behind to the Yarra Valley Mountain District Footy League. They go to 13-8-86. They lead Geelong District Footy League one behind, but certainly the Geelong District side is not for the want of trying. Chris Smith goes to a nest of Geelong players. Moore drops a chest mark, recovers, gets it over to Ricky O'Toole. O'Toole, he's kicked it to a lead from our commentary position.
We're popular here.
We are popular all of a sudden. And perhaps they've realised the TV camera's nearby and they're coming out our way.
This young Peter Ashmore's a sensational boundary umpire. Sensational.
Puts the ball back into play, overhead. Goodwin pushes his opponent in green out of the way. Ducks his head, tries to get a free kick up the umpire, but he spread the pack just with sheer strength, and he tripped his teammate, unfortunately, and off hands. The ball is over the boundary line once again, adjacent to our broadcast position. And every time they run past the front of us, Pete, and their feet hitting the ground, and we're getting splashed with mud and water, and oh, gee, isn't it wet?
It's interesting when you have a look at it on camera. We're down at ground level, but when you have a look on camera, it's just one big massive pool of water.
From the throw in, the ball goes kicked forward. Oh, mark not paid by to Peterson. Ball comes to ground. Ricky O'Toole, beautiful pick up. Grab without it, but no, said the umpire. And once again, the ball will be thrown in. We've had quite an amount of play in the last minute and a half here in front of us.
We're in the right spot, Eric, aren't we?
5 minutes gone, final quarter. Moore and Goodwin. Goodwin, just sheer body strength. Taps it to his teammate in De Graaf. De Graaf over finally to Swanky. Swanky to Willoughby, and away goes Willoughby. He's a goal kicker. He heads goalwards. He's put it on the right foot, and gee, I tell you what, almost brought it back, but not quite enough.
And that deserved better, and I hate to say it, but it deserved better. What a fantastic pickup, and he ran that ball like it was a dry day, didn't he? It was unbelievable. The pace he put on them was extraordinary.
Well, he's kicked 2 goals, 1 Willoughby, and he's taken the Yarra Valley side to 13-9-87.
Looks a little bit like Vinny Cottozio.
Yeah, he does, actually. Well, from the kick in, mark almost taken by Aitchison. Tries to push the ball along the ground, but the strength there of Ryan is too great. That looks like Goodwin tries to use his strength and crash his way through. Unfortunately, can't do so. Ricky O'Toole kicks it high in the air, coming towards, well, gee, I hope that player was able to stop sliding because he's heading straight for the fence. And great work there by Greg Spence. Tried very, very hard for the diving mark. But the ball, again, out of bounds, still adjacent to our broadcast position, and at least they're easy to see from here. Goodwin tries to out-muscle Crean. Finally comes to De Graaf, through the footy away, picks it up again, kicked it into the back of his teammate. Peter McBilly picks it up, drives it forward for the Geelong District side. Now we've got a foot race. Well, good body work there by Andrews. Ball's pushed back. Can the Geelong side through Rossi Dillon get back to the footy? They can't, and it's now been pushed over the boundary line. At least it's 15 metres from the behind post at the end to which the Geelong District Footy League are kicking in this final quarter, and an opportunity for them at least to score.
I'll tell you what, one area where we have been lacking, and not for the want of trying, the amount of body work that Goodwin and Monkhurst and a couple of their other players have brought into the game. They're very, very strong in the upper body.
Yes, well, they're big, strong fellas, of course, and I don't know what they feed them on up here, Pete, but they are big boys.
But I just wonder whether it's that AFL influence. You know, they're able to read the ball, and they're holding blokes out with one hand and getting control of it with the other hand.
You're right there. 7 minutes gone, final quarter. 13-9, Yarra Valley. Geelong at 1 behind from the tap down. Moore got the tap clear for Geelong, but picked up. That's Orlich. Didn't look for the footy at all. Went for the player. Finally, Willoughby over the top to Greenall. Greenall. He's got, well, it's 1-on-1 at full forward, but it's the players following up that doing the damage.
Gotcha.
Schoon can't get away with the footy. Picked up there for Geelong by Chris Smith. Well, he just can't get a kick. They're absolutely tackling ferociously the Yarra Valley side. Finally, a series of handballs. Comes across there to Swanky. Over the top to his teammate who drives toward the full forward position. Players, well, they're up, they're down. Finally, it's McBilly. Picks it up. Gets it to Ricky O'Toole. Oh, great fork, Ricky O'Toole. Kicks to the centre of the ground. Nice. Beautiful kick. Finds Nick Smith. Nick Smith tried to handball to Ratchie, but straight into the arms of Goodwin. Goodwin goes bang, and backing back into the pack there is Aitchison, who takes the chest mark for Geelong at centre half back. Well, he's had a call from the pocket, chips it over to Peter McBilly. McBilly goes to where perhaps the footy should have gone in the first place, to the centre of the ground. Picked up there by Chris Smith. Kicks it towards centre half forward. Coming in hard is Clark. Oh, landed very heavily is Clark. Picked up for the Geelong side by Gadd. Handball, well, the ball thrown away there for Yarra Valley. Willoughby picks up, great tackle there by the Geelong team. Orlich over the top to Bilston. Bilston, well, he's kicked it straight to Chris Smith in the fullback position. Smith, terrible kick, but he's found Michael Rowe. Rowe up to Ratchie. If he can pick it up, he's a chance to run in and score here. Ratchie, he's got it in his arms, heading toward the goals. He's kicked a long kick there. Rossi Dillon, if you let it go, went over the heads, and another behind to the
magnificent combination by those North Geelong champions, Eric. Did you note that? Row across to Ratke. Ratke to an open goal, but just a little bit stiff.
But didn't kick the goal. So
no cigars.
Geelong doubled their score.
How many North Geelong players are playing?
I reckon Corey Lockwood, Jason Ratke, Michael Rowe, and Simon Fleck. Hey?
You said and over to they were a little bit stiff. Who's stiff?
So 13-9-87, Yarra Valley. Geelong now 2 behind. Ball about to come in from the fullback position.
We work with idiots.
Well, beautiful kick, and he's found the teammate in Hewitt at centre half back. Goes to play on. Gets the foot to the footy. Back into the middle of the ground. Aitchison overruns it. And, Well, he's pretty strong, that
Oh,
Orlich,
good
but
skills.
Aitchison, terrific work there at centre-half back. Ball thrown out, Willoughby picks it up, flips a handball to his teammate there in Swanky. He can't control it. Off the ground, comes back towards Sharp. Sharp off one step toward the full forward position. Schoon throws the footy out. Picked up there again by Sharp. And kicked back into the full forward position. It's all Geelong back there. Great pick up. Now they're away because they've got Nick Smith at half back. Takes the mark. Now he's got Clark on centre wing. Can he? Well, it's clean bowl. Clark comes back. Goodwin coming on it onto the footy. Just you can see him wait for the opponent there. But great work, Damien Clark. Over the top there to Stephen Gadd. Gadd, well, he doesn't know what to do with it. Finally, he's pushed over the boundary line and. Just sheer pressure then right in front of us, Pete.
They were just ganging, weren't they? They were just pushing and pressure all the time.
Oh, Geelong, keep the pressure on them.
So the ball out of bounds, adjacent to our broadcast position. 10.5 minutes final quarter. 13-9, plays 2 behinds. Geelong very, very keen, I'm sure, to...
All thrown in now. Crean and Goodwin muscle for the ball, can't get near it. Rathke tries to take some possession, can't. Greenall gets it clear. Greenall with a quick handball over and it goes through Hewitt. Hewitt kicking the ball forward and finds Willoughby in the centre half forward area. Willoughby plays on quick, looking to push it into the forward line and get it down to Schoon. Schoon can't get possession. I think he lifted his eyes off the ball there for just 1 second and through Smith and a couple of other Geelong Raiders players, they were able to bottle it up.
So at centre-half forward for the Yarra Valley team, up it goes. Moore gets a big tap away for Geelong. Intercepted handball across to Willoughby. Seems to have a fortnight, this fella. He's played a great game. See the lead out in half forward, but can't quite reach his teammate out there. And a kick off the ground. That's what they should have been doing earlier, the Geelong side. They've gained 40 metres with that kick along the ground. Rathke, strong body work, and it's 2-on-1 against Edwards. But Edwards does very, very well to contest the issue for the Yarra Valley team and forces over the boundary line on centre wing.
What's the time check, Eric?
12 minutes gone, Dick, in the final quarter.
We've got about, 20 minutes left, hopefully, to get a goal on the scoreboard.
And it comes from centre wing. Moore, well, Goodwin got to the front of the pack there. Kick off the ground. It's Smith. Can he pick it up in the middle? Is Nick. Nick over the top with a handball. Rasty tries to kick off the ground. Peter McBilly comes in, but just desperation there by Anderson for the Yarra Valley side. Tries to get at the footy and bottle it up. And I tell you what, they're equally desperate to let Geelong not get a goal.
13 goals, 7 in front, and you'd think they were 1 point down.
Yes, they're absolutely serious at the footy, aren't they? So, within the centre square.
And for a league, boys that haven't played interleague for 4 years, you know, it's quite surprising.
My word. Well, the ball is kicked clear for the Yarra Valley. Kick towards centre half forward. A one-on-one competition there. Flack. Well, overruns the footy, unfortunately, but he dives back on it. Oh, thrown out there to Willoughby. Willoughby on the left foot, back into the corridor. That's where it needs to go. Goodwin now at full forward. Oh, fierce tackle there.
Oh, and he's back up by.
So finally, he picks it up there in sharp, heads goalwards, but it's hit the goalpost. So
young Rowie got squashed then, and I think that was a good result. 1 point. I would have hated to have seen him kick a goal from that because I think it probably could have been a free quick kick there to Michael Rowe.
Yarra Valley Mountain District Footy League, 13-10-88. They lead the Geelong District Footy League 2 behinds, and they've brought the footy back in. Well, Willoughby probably the only mistake he's made all day. Dropped the chest mark there, and now the umpire has seen fit to give him a free kick for a high tackle. And Willoughby now on half forward flank into the corridor. Nice looking kick, but he's only found Nick Smith, who does a pretty good job to keep the ball in front of him. But ball held in to Anderson there for Yarra Valley. And someone's...
Clark, I think it is.
The worst aware. I think he's probably got a bit of mud in the eye, if nothing else. So the ball thrown up, half forward flank for the Yarra Valley team. Comes to ground, just sheer strength there from Ryan. Kicks the ball to centre half forward. Rowe picks the footy up, trip, no free kick. Fresh air shot there from Edwards. Ball finally comes out. Well, Clark's recovered, and that's a good sign because he gets the foot to the footy. Picked up there by Peter McBilly, and well, I would have thought he might have been over the line before he kicked that. But not so, said the boundary umpire.
Listen, young Michael Rowe and everything. He's trying everything. There's nothing of him, but he's in there having a real fair dinkum dip.
Well, I think all the Geelong boys having a dip, Dick.
They are,
They're
but
just not...
for the size of the guy, he's really standing out in my books.
So Edwards drives it back to centre forward. Oh, Willoughby, excellent roaming again. If he's not the best on the ground, I'm no real judge. Willoughby kicks around the corner to his teammate there in Spence. Spence tries to push it further out. Goodwin there, using his big bulk to great advantage. And the ball is marked in the last line of defence by Rowe. It's all Geelong out on the flank. A little chip pass to Peter McBilly. McBilly takes the mark and slows it down. So McBilly now drives along the boundary looking for Crean, but Orlich too strong, gets it over to De Graaf. De Graaf now kicks it along the boundary line, and well, almost a wonderful mark there from Hewitt overhead, but doesn't quite hold it long enough. Ricky O'Toole picks it up. There's some skill. Back to Rowe it was. Rowe kicks it high, wide and handsome. Crean can't take the mark. Good spoil by Orlich. Picked up there by Bilston for the Yarra Valley side, and well, it's in dispute there on half forward. The umpire surely will come in, and he does, and the ball will be thrown up between wing and half forward. And I'd suggest, Pete, there's a few tired players there.
Yeah. And it is interesting. It's about what time, Dick? About 20 to 4 or something around that area?
It's, the game's nearly over.
And they put the lights on.
It's only about just after half time in Geelong normally.
So ball at full forward, picked up there by Peterson. Peterson heads goalwards, but unfortunately he's offline and another behind to the Yarra Valley team. 13-11-89. They lead Geelong and District Footy League. 2 behind, 17 minutes, final quarter, and I'd suggest, guys, the first 3 quarters only gone 23-24 minutes.
Yeah, it is interesting because the game did start earlier. Here we go, Clark kick off the ground. Pushing forward is Andrews. He tries to kick it off the ground, doesn't make too much space, but Gadd does. He little toe poke, pushes it down forward where it's now into our half forward line, but cleaning up for the Yarra side. We have a quick kick down and no control there from Gadd. Gadd tries to get it clear, can't do so, and Patrick Sharp for the Mountain men try to get it clear. Crean's in there also, and he's gang tackled to the ground, pulls it back in underneath himself, and the umpire, who is the umpire by the name of David McLaughlin, comes in and says, boys, give it to me and we'll have a throw up.
So it's not umpire Darren Goldspink then, Peter.
No, we've got enough of those fellas standing on the boundary over here. Ball thrown up, McLaughlin, Crean and Orlick go for it. Can't get a clear possession again. Crean goes to the knees, looking for a handball. Gets one away to O'Toole. Ricky quickly onto the right foot, pushes it forward. Down we're looking for the safety of the boundary line. We have captain of the Mountain men, Tim Scott, pushing the ball over, and the throw-in will take place on the half-forward flank, Raiders end of the ground.
17.5 minutes, final quarter, ball put in, half-forward flank.
Here's your goal coming up, Dick.
Crean gets the tap down, but Orlich picks it up, smothered.
Any minute now.
Comes clear, finally Edwards tries to kick off 1 foot, Shaw.
Oh, in the back umpire.
But it's picked up by Greenhall, runs to the centre of the ground for Yarra Valley. Oh, goodness gracious, the road fell over and the ball's fallen into the arms there of Swanky to full forward. And, great work, Andy Aitchison, because, that was Andy Goodwin was trying to use the body. Andy Aitchison saw it coming, dodged around him, got to the footy first and pushed it over the boundary line. Terrific work there by Andrew Aitchison for the GDFL. Goodwin doing the ruck work now in the forward line for the Yarra Valley side. Tries to grab it, can't get it. Picked up there by De Graaf. Off 1 step, he's gone to having a shot at goal, but in the goal square again, it is Michael Rowe.
Okay,
finds the teammate on centre wing now, and it's Rasty takes the mark long towards half forward. Can Geelong pick it up and take it forward from there? They've certainly picked it up in Stephen Gadd. Handball to Rasty, who's run on. Rasty now to the full forward position. Well, the mark's not taken there by the Yarra Valley side. Perhaps earlier on that might have been a free kick. Ross Dillon tries to twist out of the pack and kick it goalwards. Unfortunately can't pick it up. Crean tries to get it at the full forward position. Can Geelong get it? No. It's Orlich has picked it up. Looks for the safety of the boundary if he can get there. Ricky O'Toole hasn't got anyone around him. What's he done? He's kicked it out of bounds in the full. Perhaps that was Geelong's chance.
That goes to show when you're down, because Ricky O'Toole would never, ever do that, ever.
So the ball back into play for Yarra Valley. Handball comes clear to Ryan. Ryan now runs his full distance, runs a bit further, and a little chip pass has found Willoughby on centre wing. Willoughby has taken the mark, looking to play on, the way he goes. Drives the ball to centre half forward. Oh, lovely kick again. Unfortunately, Mark not taken there by his teammate in Swanky, but running through is Greenall. He's had a pot shot from 30. Unfortunately, just off to the right-hand side. 2 goals 3, his personal effort for the day. But on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, 13-12-90. The Yarra Valley Mountain District Footy League, Geelong District Footy League, 2 behind.
I'd love to know how many possessions Stephen Willoughby's had.
Sure.
He has been in everything, and on a wet day it's been nothing short of sensational, his efforts.
Yes, would be a strong odds-on favourite for best on the ground, I'd suggest, that, having taken Monkhorst off the ground.
Particularly the second half, he's definitely controlled the play in the second half.
Absolutely. So, waiting for the ball to be returned. Finally comes back. Andy Aitchison doing the kicking in for the Geelong District side. Aitchison now, giving it all he's got, and Ricky O'Toole is paid, mark, free kick, whatever. And so Ricky O'Toole now in the back pocket has got the free kick, goes across goal and finds Michael Rowe there, who takes the diving
confidence. This weather, Dick, and we just chip it across the ground.
And we've got backwards again.
Well, they're playing tag team, the North Geelong players, to each other.
Now
There's Flack back looking for Rowe again, but he's found him. Has he found there, Eric?
It's Andy Aitchison, I think, taking it. Aitchison in the back pocket now. They've got to go forward, the Geelong side, but, well, unfortunately they're not up to it because the Yarra Valley side are just absolutely as keen to keep that ball in the forward line, and the ball has been taken on half forward flank. Looks a bit like De Graaf, but I'm not quite sure. They're very well built, these guys, aren't they? Very thick through the thighs, and he comes now. Good looking kick. Unfortunately, it's offline and a near behind on that occasion to the Yarra Valley side. 13-13-91 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard. 2 behinds to Geelong. So now we've got.
You'd reckon some of these players that wish they're at Buckley's at the moment having a nice quiet steak and a beer.
Simon Flack does the kicking in. Shaw picks it up, tries to elude an opponent, runs slap bang into another one, and gets a handball clear. Finally, Ricky O'Toole, nice little handball to McVilly. McVilly now kicks forward for the Geelong side. Andrews pushed out of it far too easily, and well, 2 on 1, and unfortunately for Shane Andrews, numbers.
That was a great bit of shepherding by Tim Scott, the captain of the Yarra Valley side.
Just too strong, aren't they? I think what Shane Andrews will be lucky to have 1 kick, I think, for the day.
He hasn't really had the opportunity to present himself, has he?
No. Ball thrown in, picked up there by De Graaf, handball to Greenall. Greenall runs to the middle of the ground, puts it down, good shepherding, allows him get. Oh, Willoughby picked it up, one hand, eludes an opponent on the left foot, kicks it toward the lead there of, well, mark not taken and picked up by Shaw. Shaw over the top to Ricky O'Toole. Ricky's, well, he's got no purchase on the ground to try to get around those players, and he's well tackled, ball comes down. But he comes back at it again, Ricky O'Toole, can't get it, looks for the boundary and finds it, and it's out once again. 23 minutes gone, final quarter, wouldn't be too long to go, I wouldn't think, and certainly there's a few players on the Geelong side that are looking for that siren to go, because they're...
and an absolute capital lead for effort for Ricky O'Toole again, as the sun's out again at Warriella.
As it rains. So the ball goes across the ground, looking for Swanky. Swanky, can he pick the footy up? He can't. He's... good work there by Rove. Keeps the ball in, and the umpire will come and put the ball in the air between wing and half forward flank. Out of side here at the Warrialic Oval. 24 minutes gone. Very, very close to siren time. In fact, there's a few of the locals look like they must be heading home to milk the cows. The cars are leaving.
I tell you what, boys, during the day, though, if they reckon interleague football's dead and buried, I think they're wrong. There's been a massive crowd here. I really think it's been a great crowd.
Absolutely.
Like the cars have been 4 and 5 deep all around the ground.
And there is the siren. The final siren here at Warrialic. And on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, the final score, the Yarra Valley Mountain District Football League, 13-13-91, have defeated the Geelong District Footy League 2 behinds. And whilst the scoreboard doesn't look too brilliant, I think it was a much better game than that in extremely difficult conditions. The goal kickers for the Yarra Valley Mountain District League, Orlich kicked 4, Goodwin kicked 2, Greenall 2, Rouget 2 and Willoughby 2, and also 1 goal to Jason Fraser, and of course no goal kickers for the Geelong District Football League.